Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. Guardians. I keep dying on this Deadestiny mission tour I'm undertaking just now. So, I died on the last one, on the strike, the first strike we come up to. Couldn't believe it. So, once again, my hunter gets deleted. And we have to start all over again. Race, female, exo. Let's go her. Right, so let's try this again, shall we?
We won't survive long out in the open like this. Let's get inside the wall.
Ooh, the crows. Wow, they're so early on. So apparently in Destiny 2, the storyline's going to be the main focus.
Okay.
I've said it many
I need to find
times.
you a weapon before the Fallen find us. Quiet. They're right above us. Hang tight. Fallen thrive in the dark. We won't. We need more light. I'll see what I can do.
So you know the darkness isn't coming for anything of Destiny 2, right?
Another one of these hardened military systems.
I very much doubt that.
Well, you better listen to an interview that was done back in June from Luke Smith. Because in Destiny 1, the original end-game boss was supposed to be the darkness, and it was going to be all enemies lumped together as one, but they said the IP deserved much better than that. That's why in 2, and I quote this from him, that's why in 2 you will see no mention of the darkness, otherwise you will instead see mention of light and what it's like to be chosen.
Fair enough, so it's more about the light this time.
So the darkness is not going to come into play at all.
Interesting.
Your theory of a shapeshifter being the darkness? No.
We'll see.
Keep it up. A loot cache. Let's see what's inside. Trip mines. Don't touch them.
The Exo Stranger. She's not coming back either. Yeah, she.
Really?
Luke Smith, and I quote, said, her story was wrapped up quite nicely. You know the last words she said to us? Our battle is far from over. And that's it. Done. And then she fades the fuck away.
Wow.
Or digitizes herself and just fucks off.
That's quite disappointing.
story wasn't wrapped up. Nowhere near it.
No, I mean,
It
where
was
was
the,
she
she was
from?
the driving force. She was the driving force of telling us to go into the Black Garden to face our final fucking enemies.
Yeah.
Or, what was the other? On the exotic that she left of pretty much the stranger rifle exotic for No Time to Explain, it has the words soon inscribed on it.
Yeah.
How soon is soon? Destiny 3, Destiny 2, just don't want to spoil it.
The Fallen have a tighter hold on this place.
See, there's also the fact that she might, her origins actually are. Is she one of the Vex, simulations that was put into the Vex? Does she have any correlation with Cade 6? All these little things.
Incoming. Fallen ships. It is close to the surface. Move.
There's a few things that she's actually integral to that people forget about. Like, she was part of the Venus. It's possible she was part of the team on Venus that was studying the Vex. In which case she could play a part with Osiris, because Osiris is meant to be more to do with the Vex.
Well, you know Osiris isn't even a thing either, right?
What do you mean? They've got his fucking mark.
There's a mark for it on the DLC, yes, but it's not going to be anything integral to the story. Nor will Trials of Osiris be called Trials of Osiris anymore. It's called Trials of the Nine.
Yeah, Trials of the Nine, because we are going out to the Outer Rim at some point, hopefully, and getting more information on the Agents of the Nine and Zur. I'm doing Deadestiny. Why am I doing Deadestiny again?
I'm picking up signs of an old jungle. Could be our ticket out of here. There's a ship. Clear them out.
I'm glad it's going to be a lot more plot focused and story focused. I just hope it isn't going to be another bunch of bullshit that they've been just saying just to please what the fans have been wanting.
All right. Let me see if I can get us out of here.
You know, okay, so, oh, we know you want all this, and then it's like 6 hours of actual gameplay.
Well, they said there's supposed to be 50 plus cutscenes at the same time.
Yeah, you know. How long are each of those cutscenes, you know? Are they a case of like what the Zavala's birth is like, and we're going to get one for each arcade, in which case we'd find out how the Exos began, or at least how his origins were and things like that. You know, what type of cutscenes are we actually talking about here? Or is this just a case of Bungie doing what Bungie always does? In fact, it's not really so much Bungie, it's more Activision. Activision's such a fucker. A lot of people give Bungie a hard time, but I put a lot of the
Activision are
mistakes
just the
down to them.
publishers.
Yeah, but the publishers have a lot to do with things, man.
They don't have a shit to do with the story.
Not with the story, but just with a lot of the way things are.
They have to do with
Like
literally publishing.
DLC,
Well, yeah,
transactions.
yes. But at the same time, Eververse is definitely a part, or it was an idea from Bungie. Luke Smith said that himself.
Wow.
Because take it like this: there was an interview back from when the Taken King was about to drop. Then it wasn't out yet, but it's like, hey, if you want to get these emotes, and I know you do, then you can get the collector's edition of the Taken King. He says, or the interviewer himself says, I'm not buying the collector's edition and having the full game and all DLCs just to have those, because I already have the full game and all the DLCs.
Yeah.
And then he says out of his own words, I bet if I fired up the game right now and showed you the DLCs, you'd be throwing money at the screen. It's definitely them being money hungry for sure. But at the same time, it's not really. I can criticize the game developers for sure, but I can't really just go blindly throw hate at them because I mean I understand it's all a business.
Yeah. I get you.
And I'm not out to witch hunt anything or anyone. Because I ain't got the time for that shit.
No.
I really don't give a fuck.
Uh,
Now, the darkness isn't being taken out, per se. It's just being left to be told its origin and what it truly is for another time. So, who knows? Maybe it'll be in a DLC. Maybe it'll be in Destiny 3 or 4.
it's hard to say, man. It is really hard to say.
What did you find?
It's even scarier to wonder what they're actually going to bring out.
Well, if they were being removed from the thing of the universe, the Taken wouldn't exist, and the Taken stuff wouldn't have its own thing, and the Hive also wouldn't exist. The Taken wouldn't have its own strikes. What I meant to say.
The Taken are still in it because there has to be a master due to sword logic. So one of his orcs, his sisters, probably has taken over that ability.
He's off to a good start.
Is my theory on that one.
Goodbye. So long.
That's why they're still taken there. But right, I've done the first mission. Just getting the shit for the second, third, fourth. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm not gonna die. It was just more about thinking restart it. 'Cause that's what thingy o'clock by the time we head out, so in like 5-10 minutes for time to make a smoke. Shit like that. I forgot how much running about there is at the beginning of this. It's like back and forth, back and forth. Oh shit, no, I know what I need to do first. See, I've already gotten Dead Orbit up to the light level I need him up to. So, I'm going with... I have... my new moniker, so I went Dead Orbit my first playthrough. Although Future World Court has got a much bigger storyline to them than Dead Orbit, just making a big ass space fleet to go and run because they believe our fights in another realm.
It's good, because think of it this way. Did Destiny 1 have an actual antagonist? No. There was no in-game boss that you ever really knew about. There was 3 of the same damn thing. Even the Gatekeeper. It's all Vex shit. No one's... It's not something you've been chasing the entire story for, or any of that other shit. Now that Gaul's in here, there's an actual boss, there's an actual end,
to be
protagonist.
To be fair, the Vex
Antagonist, I'm sorry.
are all in the Glimmer cards. They're the ones who pretty much made the darkness. You
I,
know, they
I
have
know they're in the Grimoire. I know that.
But do you
But
know the
I'm saying,
story of them in the Glimmer? The fact that three scientists believed that they were in a theoretical world and that they end up getting Rasputin to help them out. They took 250 survivors out of the theoretical world and re-input them into the
okay,
Vex
okay.
network.
Let,
The Ven
hang on,
network
hang on.
ended up making the darkness at one point, which is a theory, um, that the Vex are actually the true creators of the darkness and all the terrible things that have happened. And they are just trying to weave themselves into the fabric of actual time and become a true entity.
But check this out. For people like myself, I know you're real passionate about your lore and the lore community. I know about with the whole pissed off about Grimoire and all that other shit. But I'm saying people like myself that don't want to be taken out of the game to go to a fucking website and read about something like I could on a Wikipedia thing, right? I like that it shows an actual antagonist on the screen. I like that it tells me what his motive is, and it shows me exactly what he's doing. That's
Oh,
good. That's good storytelling.
true. But I like my scavenger hunts. It makes me want to go deeper into the game. It does though. Yeah, I get that.
Hang on. Take it like this. The pre-order for last year of, not Taken King, what was it? What was the last DLC that dropped?
Iron Banner.
Rise of Iron. No,
Sup,
Rise
man?
of Iron.
Rise of Iron.
So, yeah, the pre-order for it, the Iron Galahorn.
Yeah. Yes, it gave us a quest. 1 second. True, the cold heart is going to be thrown into your inventory. Hey man, if you're wondering why I'm such a low light level, it's because I'm doing Deadestiny.
Yeah, not a problem. I figured as much. I just saw you were on and thought, see what you were up to.
DJ?
Yes,
You're on your son's account?
I am, because he's got two of his characters 400 and his swarm is 399. So,
I was
Nice.
very, very short list. Come on and help.
I was just gonna say you sound a lot like DJ.
It's good to say that. Yes, you've got an hour, because it's 10 o'clock.
but take it like this. If you actually look at the end of the legalese bullshit and read the little small text under the bottom and the end of that pre-order trailer, it shows that in December, 3 months after the game's launched, well,
It's
actually no, it's a
going to
little
be
longer.
available.
Yeah, it's going to be available in regular game, but that doesn't also say that if it's going to be a quest or if it's just going to be a random ass loot drop. I don't want that.
I reckon it's going to be a zero drop.
I don't even think it's going to be zero drop.
No?
No,
James thinks it's going to be a quest.
I want it to be a quest, but I don't think it will be.
I don't think it will be.
And it might actually have people hold off on pre-ordering.
You know something?
But at the same time, you won't get your kill tracker ghost or any of that other shit.
I don't like the fact it's a fusion rifle.
It's not a fusion rifle. It's a new weapon. It's called the trace rifle.
A trace rifle.
Yeah, it's
See
a
if
fucking.
it's like
an
one of those-
Amalon. Hang on. It's an Amalon liquid gun, but at the same time, it's literally it's a fucking freeze ray. That's what it is. It's not a fusion rifle.
Does it fire in that charge of 3-shot build-up?
No, it fires in an entire stream. The liquid inside acts as a
So
coolant.
it's like sorry. Wait a minute. I'm sure I've done a thing on Destiny and No Man's Sky being the same fucking game. Are you saying you're getting pretty much the No Man's Sky
You're
weapon?
getting the mining laser.
You're getting
Yes.
the mine, so it just pretty much goes more to the fact that I believe that this Destiny is set in the future, and what No Man's Sky is actually just the past of Destiny, which has just been through an entire collapse, and the darkness is pretty much taken over, and that's
No
what
Man's
those
Sky has
robots
not
are.
a
The Vex.
goddamn thing to do with Destiny.
I know it doesn't, but I believe it fucking does. When you look at the Atlas and you look at the Siva Temple, not the Siva Temple, but
No.
the
No,
facility where Siva's built,
no.
they are exactly the same.
No.
Right down to the triangle entrance.
Yo, holy shit, a shape!
You know, and if you take into the fact
Come
that
on,
the
dude, get real.
fucking... No, but if you take into the fact that there's a ship out there with Destiny that was sent out with a bunch of Siva into space, it just goes to sort of make you think, well, wait a minute, what happens if these Atlas ships are just the evolved version of that first ever Siva thing, and they're just continuing to do what they do?
But they don't do anything!
Exactly!
No threat!
Exactly, nobody's programmed them.
Oh my fucking god. You're telling me Hello Games is trying to rip off Bungie, but yet not.
Yes, that is exactly what I am saying.
That's some very flawed logic, man.
Honestly, man, you look at it, right? The amount of to speak about a
shape.
traveling entity that brought forth a darkness.
You want it to be a fucking looming presence of a thing you want to go explore, else it's just boring. It's like, hey, go fucking check out this dot in the center of the universe. It's like, nah, man, I'm good.
I get that. I just believe that No Man's Sky is the flying version of Destiny.
No.
It's got the Vex
we're
portals
not
in it.
Putting it. No,
It's got Vex portals in it. If you were to play No Man's Sky in the terms after that Destiny's collapse has happened, and you were one of the last people who has just survived from the Traveler's Light, and you have
But
to
you're
go
not
on
the
this
last
quest
people.
to find the Traveler, which is actually stated in the actual text that I read at the time, it fucking speaks more than volumes.
Oh my god.
It
And
does,
this all
man.
just
You
came
look at
from-
some of the texts.
Hang on. This is all from one weapon. One fucking weapon.
No, dude, I had this ages ago. I had this when No Man's Sky first came out. The whole time I was playing it, it felt so much like I had just been awoken in Destiny. I was just on my way trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. There was a bunch of creatures that had suffered a massive collapse, which looked and there was a bunch of robots that looked sort of similar to the Vex, but were slightly different because they had no reason to battle anymore. So of course they weren't going to be as aggressive. And then it was just more like you just wandering about searching for this entity that had this great shape and was constantly speaking of this light and this battle against this onslaught and this terrible thing that had happened. And it was pretty much just like an exploratory version of Destiny.
At least your starship actually mattered.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was a starship version of Destiny.
Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. It is set in the past or in the future of Destiny, and I don't know which version. But all I know it is set in a galaxy far, far away, and you were looking for the Traveler the whole fucking time. And that's why there's so many different planets, and that's why when you hit the center of the galaxy, you're like, well, he's not in this galaxy. I'm going to a different one.
Star Wars reference?
Oh, don't even get me on the Star Wars references with the fact that in the Iron Temple he goes, do it! Do it! And then later on he goes, kill him! The whole thing with the light and the darkness, yeah, this is definitely, this has been ripped off for a long time.
I'm a Jedi.
You are a Jedi, technically.
I'd rather be
Just
Sith.
from a galaxy far, far away, you've just got the power to handle the Traveler's light.
I got the power to mine with a laser. Anyway, as I was saying though, the Cold Heart's liquid shit and it being a trace rifle and all that other stuff, with it being a mining beam, as you would consider it, it has a cooldown thing, and it makes sense because it's a fucking laser. Of course it would conduct heat, even though if it is a freeze ray.
No Man's Sky laser.
No Man's Sky 2 confirmed. You heard it
No
here.
Man's Sky 2 confirmed. I'm telling you, see if these two don't cross paths at some point and they mention Siva or some reference of this replicating force that would not stop just replicating until it was given a command to stop. As soon as that
Now
happens,
here's what's gonna happen.
that's it.
Here's what's gonna happen though, right? Think about it. The very last DLC for Destiny 2, the Traveler's gonna come awoken. It's gonna tell you how much it hates you, and it's gonna be called No Man's Traveler. You're not chosen. None of you are chosen. None of you are worthy to be with him.
He fucks off like he did with the Cabal.
Yep.
And then like with the Fallen.
He just calls you a piece of shit and leaves.
He's like, you fuckers, you shot me, I'm off! Your fucking AI shot me, I taught you how to build that fucker, you shot me with it!
Takes the ghosts with him.
Alright.
As he's leaving, just says,
Actually
later
on way to
cuts.
go to McDonald's. And get some munch.
Gonna get a Traveler.
Yeah, I may be a traveller. When we get some munch.
And you're gonna get me.
Yeah, I'll be coming back on, and McDonald's only, what, 10, 15 minutes away? Yeah, so I'll definitely be back on.
Alright, mate, well,
Yep.
I'm just trying to get the boy up to 400, so I'm going to do a couple of strikes.
Cool, well I'll come on, give you a hand with that, man. I'm gonna do Deadestiny, I'll come on, give you a hand with that, and we'll get Destiny done at another time. Cause that was harsh.
Alright, mate.
Cool, right, catch you in about 10 and 15, half an hour.
No problems.
Cool.
Speak to you soon.
Right.
What are you always on, Ben?
Uh.
I can't do jack shit, so